Sport's been my life since I've been in a wheelchair. It's given me the opportunity to play sport, to be a coach involved in sport, and also to work in sport. I've met many great friends through sport, and really I don't know where I'd be without sport in my life.
Ciao, sono Michelangelo di Ability Channel e sono qui a Stoke Mandeville, un piccolo paesino inglese dove è nata la meravigliosa favola degli sport per le persone disabili, la favola delle Paralimpiadi. Ora ti racconterò insieme al mio amico Martin questa incredibile storia.
Coffee's the lifeblood of Italy. They can't work without their espresso. It's more like an injection of coffee.
Yeah.
Everyone knows about the Olympics, but so few people know about the Paralympics. You know, we need to get that story told around the world. Welcome to Stoke Mandeville Stadium. Stoke Mandeville is the birthplace of the Paralympic Games. All started with the work of Sir Ludwig Guttmann, who was a German neurosurgeon who introduced sport as part of the rehabilitation of patients at spinal unit at Stoke Mandeville. And from that, those early days introduced sport as part of the rehabilitation, and the Paralympics Games grew from those early days.
Nel 1939 Sir Ludwig Guttmann lavorava in un ospedale ebraico in Germania e fu costretto a scappare a causa delle persecuzioni e venne in Inghilterra. E proprio qui ricevette l'incarico da parte del governo inglese di creare il primo centro per le lesioni spinali. E per Guttmann una delle cose fondamentali fu proprio l'inserimento dell'attività sportiva come parte essenziale della riabilitazione.
Guttmann was treating patients who came back from the Second World War with spinal cord injuries. At that time, having a spinal cord injury was a really serious matter, and people were dying very quickly within a few years. And so he revolutionized the treatment of people with spinal cord injuries by introducing the medical care, physiotherapy, but also something that he felt would give them the camaraderie that they had as servicemen and women, and that was sport. Something really unique that gave them a good spirit and made them feel happy about life in a wheelchair. In the summer of 1948, Guttmann held a competition, a festival, to allow people to play sport in an organised competition. It coincided with the 1948 London Olympic Games, and so the parallel between Olympics and Paralympics began right from the very start. In those first games in 1948, there were just 16 participants, 14 men and 2 women who took part on the lawns of the hospital and in sports like archery, and those early games were really a festival of sport, of fun between patients from spinal units. The games went international in 1952 when some Dutch war veterans came across to be the first participants from abroad to join the Stoke Mandeville Games and really start the journey towards what became the Paralympic Games in Rome in 1960. We are with the 1984 Paralympic flame. As you can see, it's not the most glamorous flame in the world, but in 1984 the games were organised very quickly, and so we needed to put a flame together. It certainly lit a torch in many people's hearts. Well, I was fortunate enough to be in the wheelchair basketball team at the Paralympic Games at Stoke Mandeville in 1984. But in London 2012, the Paralympic Games and the athletes there, the sport has changed beyond all recognition. The athletes now are professional. Many are paid to play their sport, to train hard, and really the expertise around the athlete has changed. The scientists, the sports science, the nutrition, the coaching, everything is very much on a higher level now than back in those days. But what isn't different is the sense of competition, that you want to compete and represent your country, the sense of friendship and comradeship that you get from taking part in sport, and also the physical benefits, the athleticism of sport, and how as a disabled person that makes you feel good about yourself. The treatment of people with spinal cord injuries and other disabilities has changed dramatically. I think in the early days sport was seen very much as part of therapy. Now sport is seen part of life, and here at Stoke Mandeville Stadium we promote sport as part of an active life for people with disabilities, trying to get young and newly disabled people to use sport as part of their everyday life to stay fit and healthy. The treatment of people with spinal cord injuries has also changed, but the fundamentals are the same. It's about enabling people to live full and active lives. Wheelpower is the national charity and disability sports organisation for British wheelchair sport, and also the owners of Stoke Mandeville Stadium. So in that respect we provide facilities here for disabled sport, but also alongside the local community in an integrated setting. But wider than that, we provide opportunities for young and newly disabled people to try a range of different sports, and then we work in partnership with the different sports bodies to enable them to achieve whatever level they want, whether that's for fun or in serious competition, and obviously up to Paralympic level for some. I had an accident when I was just 18 years old. I was on a bicycle and got hit by a truck, and as a result became paralysed from the waist down. So for me it was a big life-changing moment, but maybe the end of my old life and the start of a new life in sport, and that's been a fantastic life for me. The first holiday after I was in a wheelchair in 1981, so 2 years after, I went to Florence, and oh my goodness, it was a good experience, because I thought if I can go there, I can go anywhere in the world, because the cobbles, the access was not very good. But
you managed.
Yeah.
It's the Piazza Michelangelo, isn't it?
For my future, I'm hoping that London 2012 will inspire young people with disabilities. It will inspire newly disabled people. The Paralympians are tremendous ambassadors for disability, but also they are tremendous ambassadors for sport. And so from that point of view, I hope that the London 2012 Games will inspire and change attitudes in this country and across the world to see disabled people as people first and the disability second.